Hello there, Joseph Reed here at the LeConte Center in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's the National Quartet Convention 2024. I'm very excited. Look what I got. I got a brand new coffee cup because the Lord knows you can't have too many because there's no such thing as too much coffee. The Knight Family Southern Gospel. Did you feel it?
I felt that.
Southern Gospel Music Ministry, knightfamilyministries.org. And I'm with Adam and Angel Knight. Good to see you guys, buddy.
Oh, Joe, it's good to see you, man.
Man.
We go back a long ways.
Well, let's call it what it is. I guess we were teenagers. I'm a little older than you. I'm 50. So you're
42.
Okay. So you were a kid. The Knight family were singers even back when I was a young teenager. They sang all over the region and then eventually traveled to different parts of the country. And it was a fantastic group, a family group, what I like to call mountain gospel. That's just my term, but I think it's in the same vein of what a lot of people in East Tennessee love with regards to Southern gospel music they heard at Breaks Interstate Park.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe they love the singing cooks.
Greenland
Park.
Oh, my
goodness. The concerts.
First place I ever saw shoes fly to gospel singing.
They flew.
They flew.
We saw bobby pins fly too, didn't
Absolutely.
we? We've seen it happen. But the Knight family are here, and of course, Adam, your mom travels with you guys too, Linda, but she's not with us today. But the Quartet Convention is a special place. Adam, we've been fans of this music for a long time, bro.
Oh, yeah. I'm part of that original generation of diesel sniffers.
Yeah.
And remember getting the singing news and just pouring through to see who had won what and who sang when.
Right.
And to be able to take part in an event that's so iconic, that's connected to such names like Sumner and Lister and, all these great guys. And, of course, I grew up just absolutely loving eating up those family groups. Mm-hmm. Still listen to a lot of the Spears and the Chucks and all those great groups down to the Cooks, the Spencers, the McCameys. And that's what we cut our teeth on.
That's right. You and I both.
Now, the most influential group for us was a group called the McLaughlins. And, man they just absolutely... The first album, we hadn't written any songs. First album we ever did, 6 of 10 songs were McLaughlin songs because that's all we knew.
And, they really had the first hit on I Claim the Blood, which was later recorded by the Perrys.
Yes.
The first hit was from the McLaughlins. They were with the Ada Crook Company back in the day. Wonderful group. And if people liked the Spencers, back then, I love the multiple styles of this music. But you and I, back in the way we were raised in East Tennessee, really small towns, it seemed like that was the only kind of gospel music. And then you start hearing these quartets in Gold City and the Kingsmen come into play. And then later on, the Martins. And it just widens our heart, widens our mind as music lovers of the great styles in this very genre of music. And we continue, people like you and I, you're a producer, Adam. Adam produces a lot of artists. He spends more time in Nashville producing than he does at home in East Tennessee. I don't know how he finds time to do all of it, but the way that this music of all styles still inspires us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, I believe that I can testify to the power of this music because I was a young teenage singer traveling singing this and setting one Memorial Day, 1997, at Tri-Cities Baptist Church. Gold City had come for a concert. Mark Trammell gave his testimony. And then Jonathan Wilburn sang the words, "I wasn't there when Jesus rose, but I was there when he saved my soul." They rose a lamb, their iconic song. And it was then that I realized my need for a Savior. And so I know what this music can do, and I've seen it change lives. And so honored to be some part of that.
Man, fantastic. Angel, how are you?
I'm good.
You have a pretty rich heritage in bluegrass music.
Yes, very much.
Tell us a little bit about that history.
My family, my dad is the oldest of 12, and he and his brother, when they were teenagers, would travel around to the local radio stations playing Johnny Cash music.
Yeah.
He wanted to be like Johnny Cash. But when he got saved, they just took that into the churches, and he started singing with his family. And for years, as the Jackson family. They would sing at the breaks with a lot of the groups that we know, the groups y'all were talking about,
Right.
the Perrys, McLaughlins, people like that. So that's how I got introduced into that world, was through following my dad and while he would travel and sing. But he told us recently, we were in a conversation with him, he said the reason they do bluegrass is because no one in their family learned how to play the piano. So they all did acoustic. He played the guitar and a few other instruments. My uncles just picked up the banjo and mandolin, things like that. So they did those songs bluegrass style.
Yeah.
But that set something ablaze in us, and I am next to the baby of 8, and my older siblings started a group called Jackson Harmony, who were bluegrass gospel, and they traveled.
Very good group.
They traveled a lot in the 90s in the Tri-Cities, and that's how we got to know each other, because he knew my family, that part of my family, and it's just went from there. There's been various groups throughout the years. And then when he and I got married, I joined him and his mother and became part of the Knight family.
Her dad actually wrote the Dove Award-winning bluegrass gospel song, "A New Highway to Heaven" for Larry Sparks. Yes. A lot of stuff the Primitives did in Doyle Lawson. So he never leaves that little holler in Hurley, Virginia. But he writes songs and sings. Were you lost or were you scared?
I was both.
There you go.
I was both. I love Southwest Virginia. My dad preached all the way down through there, man.
He's a hero.
Your
dad is a hero.
He is one of the greatest men of all time, and I know I'm partial, but it's just true. He's never had an enemy, I've never known him to have an enemy. Speaking of dads, man, your dad, who has gone on to be with the Lord, it was he, your sweet mom, you, your little brother, who traveled and done this originally when the Knight family started. And we used to get those cassette tapes at WBCV in Bristol that you guys would send.
All the way up those steps. It was like ascending the pearly.
I felt like it was that game on The Price is Right.
Yep.
Where's that climber?
The mountain man. Yeah.
That's what I done up them steps. They never ended. But what kind of impact did your dad have on you that you carry with you to this day?
Just his faithfulness and his burden. Dad was, he got out of the military in 1967, was a bachelor for 13 years, was into everything humanly possible a sinner could be into. And I'll never forget, my mom was trying to be faithful and serve the Lord, and she was always trying to be a witness to him. But I'll never forget the night that he hit the altar and our lives transformed forever. And so my younger brother hadn't been born when Dad got saved, so I was able to see the contrast. Dad before salvation, Dad after salvation. But he, even when he was lost, there were two groups that he would go hear. He really introduced me more to the major artists than Mom did. There were two groups he would not miss: the Inspirations and the Nealons. He loved Rex Nealon, and so both of those artists had a profound impact on bringing my dad to conviction.
That's really cool. And now you're carrying on the Knight Family Ministries with you. Your mom is still here. Wonderful. I love her so much.
Oh, she
and
loves
a great singer.
Yes, she
and
is.
So you guys make up a trio. Of course, you play instruments, and man, what surprises me so much about your ministry is you literally tell churches, you call us, and we'll come. That's as easy as that.
That's it.
Yeah.
And God's blessed. He's opened up doors. We feel like God has blessed me very much with A-OK. I'm in the studio 2 or 3 days a week in Nashville. Our bills are taken care of. And so we're able to go sing places that other ministries can't. If I had a Prevost payment, I couldn't sing at most of the churches I sing in.
Right.
But he always works it out. He just always takes care of it.
And if we are to say there are callings, which I believe there are, then we have to say that they're different. In your case, this is what God's called you to do and the way you're doing it.
Absolutely.
And nothing to say about those who have to be more particular or have a lot more overhead.
Right.
To where then they're gone much more to where they have to have the tour buses, and they have to be more selective about dates. It's just different callings, all of us working together for the same purpose.
Right.
Yeah, it helps that we're family, and just we have we're kind of plugging holes that others can't,
Yes,
and
right,
they are
right.
fulfilling things that we never will, because it's not where God has planted us. But the old saying, "Bloom where you're planted."
Mm-hmm.
But we love singing for the churches. We of course we do most of the singing news events at
Yeah, you've been
the
at
Ark
the Ark
and
Encounter.
Graceland. Now, that was cool.
Oh, man.
I wanted to turn those lights on behind it. The big Elvis sign from '68.
It was there.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool to
if they'd
see.
have lit that up, I'd have.
Oh, we might have got saved again, Adam, if we just saw
Whether
that
I
lineup.
needed it or not.
Well, tell us where we can find you on social media, bro. I want everybody, by the way, you can stream their music anywhere where you stream your favorite music. It's the Knight Family. Tell us more about how we can get in touch with
Yeah,
you.
our website is knightfamilyministries.org. My preaching videos and much of our music is on our YouTube page, The Knight Family. We're very active on Facebook, The Knight Family, Twitter, The Knight Family, or X. Can't say Twitter anymore.
That's right. I still do.
Instagram, TikTok. I believe in social media, and then the books that I have written that have Bible studies and sermon notes and things like that in them, they can be found on Amazon.
Very good. Adam has a doctorate, or is it 2 doctorates?
The second one will come in May.
Okay, I thought it was close, and that's in. Tell me what that doctorate is in. Exactly.
The first is in theology. The second is in practical theology.
Okay.
Theology is studying what grumpy old men in colleges said about God, and practical theology is applying that to people's lives.
Got it. This is Adam Knight, Angel. It's the Knight Family. I love you, dude.
I love you,
We've
man.
known each other a
So
long
proud
time.
of you. Absolutely.
Thanks for being here. We're at the National Quartet Convention in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. For Singing News, I'm Joseph Reed.